Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Virgo for the next 4 weeks. So we are now in the sign of Sagittarius. So we are in the element of fire. So let's see what we have coming up for the Virgoans. Forward movement, Virgo. Energy around for the next 4 weeks is Ace of Swords, clarity. Clarity of mind, clarity of thought, things just really beginning again in terms of all that cloudiness has gone away, and now you can just sort of have a clear path to what it is you're wanting to achieve in the next 4 weeks, or what's coming up in the next 4 weeks. Clarity, new beginnings. Okay, so where you are right now. 5 of Wands. Okay, so look, Virgo, the 5 of Wands is always, 5 is always the number of change in numerology. But I'm getting this feeling of you've been sort of held back for by a group, and this is often work, and Virgos is work and service. That's what you do. Yeah, a feeling of being held back with your progress about a certain matter. It could be anything. As you know, my readings are general, so you can apply it to wherever that, whatever aspect of your life that appeals to you at the moment, where you're feeling held back. And we're going to look at why you've been, or had this feeling when you have been held back. The crossing card, or the influencer card, which reflects all the other cards, is the 4 of Wands. So consolidation. So you've been working really hard to get somewhere, and you actually are somewhere, but somebody's holding you back, or a group of people are holding you back. But independently and individually, you should just feel like, no, I'm not going to be held back. I know I've done a really good job. I know I'm moving forward. And it's about this clarity of thought too, is the energy, don't forget, Virgo. So definitely, you know, consolidation, you have done well, but there is this feeling of feeling held back. Also, this could be home and family. You could be feeling a bit held back there too by certain members of the family. That can happen as well. Where you're just feeling like, I'm not getting anywhere. I just feel like there's just always this stumbling block. But overall, you should feel independently or individually that you are doing well. Let's see the last month or the last 4 weeks, and we were in Scorpio time, so it's very reflective time, very emotional time as well, bringing up a lot of old stuff that gets sort of buried most of the year, but comes out in the time of Scorpio. New beginnings, new challenges, new adventures. So here we have it, waiting to move forward. This held back feeling sort of really is sitting there. You feel like you just can't get to where you want to go, but there is definitely new adventures on the horizon. So we're just going to see, as we work through the 10 cards, what's happening next with this, because there is new adventures. There are new adventures. The recent influences, we have new projects of worth, really good ideas, but they're still not off the ground yet. It's just the seed, the start. You've got to nurture it. But once again, you're feeling that sort of held back with it. But it's a great idea, so don't abandon it. Don't abandon it. Just wait. Let's see the lesson. And the 2 of Coins. So very much balancing things. You've got 2 projects on the go. You've got this happening. You've got that happening. It's all doing well. There's a decision to move forward but feeling held back. Once again, but don't give up. Just keep on juggling. Just keep those balls going in the air. It's like you're a juggler and you have to just keep up this for the moment. Keep your eye on the prize. So beginning the first week of December, we have near future, and then comes destiny, the wheel of fortune. So lots of energy has been put in, and lots of energy gets given to you when you have put a lot of effort in, and Virgoans always do. And if you haven't, well, you know why you haven't, and then you'll understand why you've been held back. But definitely the wheel of fortune comes in as destiny coming in for the beginning of December. So use that to your advantage. It all counts. If you haven't put the energy in, well, you have to go back and sort of just retrieve and put more energy in. But I'm thinking you have put a lot of energy into these new projects, and if you haven't, there's still time to rectify that. Destiny, powerful card. Let's see what's happening that you're not realizing. Yeah, disappointment in the emotional sphere. So you've got everything actually, but you still feel like something's missing. So very much an emotional overhang, emotional hangover from Scorpio. Just feeling perhaps not good enough, feeling like, are you good enough? Of course you are. You just got to keep going, as you always do, Virgo. You're very wise people, very hardworking. But this is the emotional Achilles heel. This is where you feel perhaps you haven't got everything that you should have, but you have. So it's about sort of retrospect as well, looking into what you have got, not what you haven't got. And maybe it is an emotional connection that's sort of lacking. How others see you, will see something with this, how other people around you are viewing you, Virgo. You're very contemplative, very sort of meditative, very much away, not really accessible at the moment, sort of in another realm, very much having a bit of a break, sitting back, observing, spectating rather than participating, quite unreachable in a way. But you've got this clarity of thought, and this is what you're doing. You're just sort of surveying the scene. You're just keeping yourself to yourself. And that's how others see you, so it makes sense really, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what you're feeling positive about in the next 4 weeks. Ace of Wands, lots of energy coming back in. So maybe this is what's been lacking. And that's why you have been meditating a little bit and standing back a little bit, because you've just been waiting for the energy to return. You've been tired, you've been exhausted, but now you've got this energy returning. You've got 2 aces in the reading so far, so it's like you're firing on all cylinders with this one. Fertility also, this one is for the younger Virgoans who are waiting to start a family. Fertility is good. The outcome. And 5 of Swords, and there is another 5, so there is another. Pick your battles. Keep things to yourself. You don't need to overshare, because other people will have different opinions to you, and that's not going to help you at all this next 4 weeks, because it's all about yourself and what you want out of things. So let's have a look what's holding you back. Let's see why you're disappointed, and let's see who these 5 of Swords are. So what's holding you back? So what's under the surface of that? We have the Star. So this is just moving forward. Keep moving forward at all costs. You know you're moving in the right direction, And even if there is a bit of a blockage or a obstacle, you just keep moving forward. You know you're going in the right direction. No one needs to tell you that except yourself. How others see you, this card of disappointment and feeling like you haven't got what you should have emotionally. Under the surface of that we have the Emperor. So strategy, discipline, rules, keeping at it. It's getting to where you want to go, but it takes a lot of effort and discipline and strategy. Boundaries as well. Just keep moving with the Emperor, the Father card. What would your dad say? He'd say, yeah, well, just don't give up, keep going. You've got great things coming with the Wheel of Fortune, so it's just about still applying those boundaries and rules to getting to where you want to be. But very much singular, it's about you, it's not about other people. So don't involve other people in it. Control. Self-control. Underneath the outcome, which is the Five of Swords, so pick your battles and keep your opinions to yourself, or your, just you don't need to ask others for what they think you should do. We have the World, so we have the end of the cycle. So just push on through, but on your own, because it's just a cycle, Virgo. It doesn't mean anything, but what it means is really you need to sort of really be very singular this month and do what's right for you. But as long as you're moving forward, that's the main thing. And keeping to your own rules. Right, let's see your advice from the Buddha reading cards. Patience. At the end of the way is freedom. Till then, patience. Patience is a fine, noble quality. It implies that everything is possible in the timelessness of space and being, and a deep knowingness that reminds you that nothing can fail you but your own impatience. Says it all, really, doesn't it? Plod on, Virgo, plod on. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great month.